Next on Worcester News tonight, the heat and humidity is here for another day. And doctors are warning people to stay hydrated and cool. Plus, a Barry man is facing multiple charges after police say he lured two young girls into the woods. But first, we begin with developing news. A water main break is flooding streets and causing major traffic problems in Worcester. Good evening, I'm Olivia Lemon. The break happened around 3 p.m. in the area of Shore and Norton Drive. People are being told to avoid the area. The city says the break has been isolated for repair and water service is now being restored. Our Cam Jandro is live near the scene where crews are still working to clear the roadways. Cam.
Olivia, I'm standing in front of Norton Drive in Worcester. Worcester DPW and emergency crews have been battling a severe water main break. If you take a look down the road here, you can see crews continuing to push the water here towards the bottom underneath Route 190. Further down, there was a truck stuck in a sinkhole. Police believe that is the source of the water main break, and they tell me that a driver had to be rescued from the vehicle. Some footage from earlier today, you can see at one point both Shore Drive and Norton Drive were completely underwater. Several inches of water covered these streets, and a total of 3 vehicles ended up being flooded. You can see 2 emergency vehicles driving through the heavy water, making it a very difficult situation to deal with. Now, some residents say they were without water for some time, but the city of Worcester reports water service has been restored to those houses. Still a very active scene down here in front of Norton Drive and Shore Drive. We'll have a full update of the situation coming up tonight at 10. That's it for now. Reporting live in Worcester tonight, I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
All right, thank you, Cam. And the city says it will take several hours for pressure to build in the system for residents who lost water pressure. Residents across the city may continue to experience rusty water into the night. For the second day in a row, the heat and humidity remains in Worcester. Doctors are warning people to stay hydrated and cool, especially those who spend the day outdoors. Our Roslyn Flaherty joins us now with more. Roslyn?
Olivia, it was definitely a hot one today, and people are taking doctors' warnings seriously in order to stay safe. Ron Haddad says he usually walks 5 miles a day on Lake Avenue in Worcester. But today, he's cutting his exercise in half because of the extreme heat.
I have water in my car, so when I feel I need a drink, I go to my car and there's water there. But it's hot, very hot.
Worcester County was under another heat advisory Tuesday. UMass Memorial Medical Center says they've seen an increase in heat-related cases.
Even normal activity, mowing the lawn, just simple gardening outside, in this type of heat can definitely cause heat exhaustion and heat stroke in extreme cases.
Vinny Esposito works for Platt's Landscaping. He says he's trying to stay hydrated when mowing lawns.
4 bottles of water and 2 Gatorades. Gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta get the work done.
UMass Memorial says it's hard for a person's body to cool down when there is this much humidity. They say if you are working outside, take plenty of breaks and to not push yourself.
Avoid alcohol and avoid caffeine, other things that will dehydrate you right before or right after you do this strenuous activity.
Now, the National Weather Service says the heat advisory remains in effect until 8 p.m. tonight. Roslyn Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
New video shows the moment when an EF1 tornado touched down in Webster. The security camera video from the Kretschmann Brewery and Beer Garden on Frederick Street, you can see just how strong the wind was as the storm rolled through. Meanwhile, the cleanup continues in Webster. More than 40 people are without homes after the tornado. And Webster police are warning people about any potential tornado relief scams. They say there has already been several people offering assistance to those who can't return to their homes. Donations can be dropped off at the town administrator's office. Team Rubicon will also be in town the next few days to help anyone affected by the disaster. A Barry man is facing multiple charges. Police say he tried to lure young girls into the woods, and when confronted, he ran off. Our Brittany Schaefer joins us now with the details. Brittany?
Olivia, when confronted by one of the girl's mothers, 46-year-old William Ahern ran away and hid inside a nearby vacant home. Then when police found him, he wouldn't come outside. A Barrie man is facing charges of indecent assault and battery. Police say he lured two girls into a tent in the woods with alcohol.
This is a terrible situation for the victims and their families, so we are most concerned at this point about them.
46-year-old William Ahern allegedly sent the two underage females sexual messages. Barrie Police Chief John Carbone says their main goal was getting Ahern off the street.
We had a lot of mutual assistance from other agencies, and they reacted quickly so that we could contain him. We were very concerned about him being out in the general public because he was a risk to everybody.
Police say one of the girls' mothers found the sexual messages on the cell phone. She then confronted Ahern and he ran to this vacant home where he held police in a standoff for 2 hours.
They were able to locate him there, but then he barricaded himself inside, and that led to a several-hour standoff.
I advised the officers to just check this vacant house, figuring it might be a long shot, but maybe he'd be in the house. And he was eventually talked out of the house and came out without incident.
Bruce Johnson has a daughter and granddaughters. He says these situations never happen in town, and he couldn't imagine what the families are going through.
It would be hard to confine myself from taking action against the individual. I'm grateful to our police department for reacting the way they did and quickly apprehending the man. It's something we don't want this type of man to be roaming around.
Ahern is being held on $50,000 bail, and he's ordered to stay away from the two victims. He's due back in court on August 22nd. Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
Part of a historic war monument in Hubbardston is missing. The head of the eagle on the town's Civil War monument is gone. It was located prominently on the Hubbardston Common. Police are now searching for the head and are looking into all possibilities to whether it was stolen or not. The eagle has been stolen off of the monument before. It was erected in 1885 in honor of the soldiers who died in the Civil War. New security cameras are now up and running ahead of MGM's grand opening in Springfield later this month. The cameras are set up at Union Station and connected to the city's real-time analysis center. Police say if anything were to ever happen in the area, they would get an instant notification and would have an immediate response. 20 cameras will be running at all times, but the other cameras will be available on an as-needed basis. Transit officials estimate nearly 2,000 people will pass through Union Station every day once the casino opens.
This is also going to add an extra set of eyes all around the area here, and we continue to send the message about the city of Springfield that it is clean, that it is safe.
And the opening of the casino poses the question, will it affect venues here in central Massachusetts? President and CEO of the Hanover Theater, Troy Siebel, says their initial worry was MGM Springfield would program shows, which in turn would take shows out of Worcester. But he says up until now, they've been good to work with. He says they're optimistic it won't have the negative impact, but they'll have to wait and see.
Keep the casinos from building a theater similar to this at the casino itself. That's the biggest thing. That's going to go the farthest to making sure that we can still do the kind of work we've been doing and we intend to keep doing. So that's a huge win for us.
And MGM Springfield will officially open August 24th. An internal investigation into casino mogul Steve Wynn's sexual misconduct allegations is now over. But investigators say they don't plan to make their findings public until gambling regulators in Massachusetts and Nevada finish their probe. Both sides are expected to share their findings once all investigations come to an end. Wynn continues to deny any wrongdoing, but did step down as chairman and CEO last February.